Chapter 44 Description of Swarna Peethikapuram. Sri Bhaskar Pandit asked us to stay that night also in his house and take his hospitality and listen to Sripada's divine story. On the next day, after completing the snanam, sandhya and other anushtanams, we went to the temple to have darshan of Sri Tripuranthakeswara. In the temple, Bhaskar Pandit started telling about Sripada, the place of birth of Sripada. My dear, Sripada is indeed Siva. He disappeared in Peethikapuram and reached Kaasi nagaram. He took bath in Ganga River. As he manifested in Peethikapuram, he gave chaitanyam to Bhutatwam to go forwards. So in the place where he was born, the Bhumi or the earth got chaitanyam. In future, after some centuries, his Maha Samsthanam will be formed and his divine padukas will be installed there. The Bhumi will get activated and slowly will activate the whole Bhumandalam. People in the places which received the activation will be attracted to Peethikapuram by his divine attractive power. So we have to understand that pridhvi tatwa yajnam has started from Peethikapuram. All the places he has visited or going to visit will get activated without our knowledge. People who step into such places will be attracted by divine power. Moreover, there is pridhvi tatvam in every person. It will have sound, touch, vision and taste senses. If we think in the lines of yoga, people whose pridhvi tatvam gets activated by his grace will certainly be attracted towards Peethikapuram. I asked, Sir, will all the people whose pridhvi tatva has got activated be able to come to Peethikapuram physically? The greatness of Swarna Peethikapuram. He smiled. Your question is genuine. There is Swarna Peethikapuram like the physical Peethikapuram. Swarna Peethikapuram extends to an area equal to that of physical Peethikapuram. Swarna Peethikapuram is built with chaitanyam. If sadhaka develops the material related to that chaitanyam in him, he becomes the resident of Swarna Peethikapuram. In that Swarna Peethikapuram, there are many thousands of buildings built with chaitanyam. Yogis and Mahapurushas live in that Swarna Peethikapuram and stay in bliss. But that cannot be seen by these physical eyes. Swarna Peethikapuram is seen by the eyes of Jnana and Yoga. Kashi, Panchakosha Yatra. Similarly, there is Swarna Kashi. It is also made of chaitanyam and extends to an area equal to that of physical Kashi. Kashi Yatram Gamishyami Tatraiva Nivasamyaham. It is said, Bruvana Satatam Kashi Vasa Phalam Labhet. If someone says this always, he is getting the fruit of living in Kashi. One should keep Kashi Vishveshwara in mind if someone's chaitanyam has to stay in Swarna Kashi. What difficulty is there to understand this? There is a physical Peethikapuram related to your Annamaya Kosham. Similarly, there is physical Kashi. There is physical Pranayama Peethikapuram related to Pranamaya Kosham. Similarly, there is Pranamaya Kashi. There is Manomaya Peethikapuram related to Manomaya Kosham. Similarly, there is Manomaya Kashi. There is Vijnanamaya Peethikapuram and Vijnanamaya Kashi. There is Anandamaya Peethikapuram related to Anandamaya Kosham. There is Anandamaya Kashi. I am calling this Anandamaya Peethikapuram as Swarna Peethikapuram. I am calling this Anandamaya Kashi as Swarna Kashi. I said, Sir, I am a man of little knowledge. Please have mercy on me and explain this. Some people say that doing Panchakosha Yatra in Kashi gives great results. What does it mean? Bhaskar Pandit said, My dear, Panchakosha Yatra is a physical journey only. Really speaking, who have to do Panchakosha Yatra? There are 5 koshas or sheets surrounding the Atma. Annamaya Kosham, Pranamaya Kosham, Manomaya Kosham, Vijnanamaya Kosham and Anandamaya Kosham. Our Chaitanyam has to do the journey through these 5 sheets. This is the concealed secret in this. Sadhakas gain the power to do Panchakosha Yatra by the grace of Sripada Srivallabha. That is why he did Panchamaha Yajnas, 5 great yajnas related to Panchabhutas. As a representative of these Panchamaha yajnas, he does darbar in Panchadeva Pahad near Kurungadda. The divine secrets are understood only by people doing anushtanam and people having yoga shakti. They cannot be understood by other common people. Sripada took bath in Ganga River. Then Ganga Mata appeared and requested him to take bath daily in Ganga River. Sripada gave boon to Ganga Mata that he would take Ganga snanam daily in Kaasi. Ganga Mata chaitanyam also will be in 5 koshas: Annamaya kosham, Pranamaya kosham, Manomaya kosham, Vijnanamaya kosham and Anandamaya kosham. I asked, Mahashay, Ganga Mata is in the form of water. How can she have 5 koshas? I am not able to understand. Bhaskar Pandit said smiling, My dear, gods are in the forms of mantras. They are not having physical forms. Mantram is the Shakti form of Shabda Brahma. Ganga Mata means goddess in the form of Shakti and Chaitanyam. She is the supporting goddess present in the state of oneness with the physical Ganga River. That means she is a goddess in the form of Chaitanyam. Similarly, Surya Bhagwan means it is the god in Chaitanya form who is in the state of oneness with the sun seen in the sky. You should clearly understand this subtle dharma and hidden divine secret. Humans will have Jalatatvam in them. To purify that Jalatatvam, he decided to do Jalayajnam. So he decided to take bath every day in Ganga in Kaasi. With this yoga method, all the water bodies present in physical world will get purified. All the purified rivers get rid of their impurities. Ganga River and other great rivers become impure because many sinners take bath in them. When he takes bath in those rivers, they again become sacred. The inner meaning of his Jalayajnam is to purify the Jalatatvam present in the form of water in the bodies of living beings. Sripada Srivallabha Sarvabhauma is the real Datta Prabhu who is the combined form of the 3 Murtis and can create, protect and annihilate crores and crores of Brahmandas by a movement of his hand. He came with a playful human body in accordance with the promise given to Bharadwaja Maharshi. So he is born in Peethikapuram in Bharadwaja Gotra, in the place where the Savitrukataka Chayanam was performed. The aim of his avatar is to grace Mahayogis, Mahasiddhas and Mahapurushas and to uplift Dharma through them. His promise that he would manifest again with the name of Nrisimha Saraswati is true in every letter. People who doubt his promises and ridicule Sripada Srivallabha avatar will get Pishacha Janma and those Pishachas will possess weak and ill-lucky people. Those Pishachas will be granted liberation when he is in Gandharva Nagaram as Narasimha Saraswati. He told this many times before. People who doubt his words will go to Raurava and other hells. The book you write, Sripada Srivallabha charitamrutam, will be true in every letter. This will be translated into many languages. Great fruit will be gained if that book is read in any language. The Mahaprabhu said that he himself would select eligible people to translate his charitamrutam. While translating the book, his special graceful look will be there on the translator. His grace will be gained by keeping this book in Puja Mandir and worshipping. All auspiciousness will be gained by reading this book in Kali Yugam. So it is only an excuse to say that you are writing this treatise. His Sri Charanas only are making you write this book. I said, Mahashaya, what you are saying is very appropriate. I am not a scholar. I do not know anything about the things in Vedas and Vedantas. I am very much surprised and happy that this great work is being done by this man of poor knowledge. Bhaskar Pandit said, Datta's ways indeed are like that. He would treat diseases by prohibited materials and get wonderful things done by people who do not know anything. It is his daily and divine sport. That is his nature. This is an example for his divine power. Once, a sannyasi came to Kukkuteshwara temple. Sripada was a small boy then. Narasimhavarma and Venkatappaya Shreshti came to Kukkuteshwara temple bringing Sripada in a horse-driven cart or a jetka. That sannyasi was in a state of dhyana in the temple of Swayambhudatta. Sripada suddenly asked Shreshti, Tata, why did they allow this fisherman here? Narasimhavarma said slowly, Kannaya, you should not say like that. He is sannyasi. If he gets angry, he can curse. Sripada said, will fishermen also get angry? The sannyasi opened his eyes. He noticed that smell of fish was coming from his body. He was a real sannyasi. He looked at Sripada. He was wondering in his mind what could be the avatar of Matsya, fish, of Sri Bhagavan. He was thinking whether there was any meaning in it in terms of yoga. Sripada said, Swami, there are many small fish in your Kamandalam also. They are happily moving here and there. Look. Special grace on sannyasi. It was all confusing to sannyasi. Sripada looked at sannyasi's eyes sharply. The sannyasi started looking inwards. He acquired yogic vision and noticed that there were many small cells in the blood vessels and different liquids in the body, and they were exactly in the shape of fish. He learned that such many small cells were causing many types of experiences. He noticed that these small cells of the shape of fish were causing the sensation of smell. Similarly, the small cells that could sense the taste were also in the form of fish. Oh, he wondered that it was the form of Matsya avatar. He learned that if one got the knowledge of many small cells near Mooladhara, which would give the sense of smell, one would get the power to control all the smells in the world. He got back his outward vision and smiled. Sripada also smiled. That sannyasi fell on Sri Charanas of Sripada. Sripada graced him. Good fragrances started spreading from the body of sannyasi. He came to know that Parashara Maharshi changed Matsya Gandhi into Yojana Gandhi by this method only. Fragrances will be emanating from the bodies of Pativratas. That is why they are called Suvasinis. Sripada taught that sannyasi silently that if all the experiences in the body changed into fragrance-filled experiences, there would be changes physically also, and fragrances would spread physically. Sripada is a divine player. Sripada said, You understood Matsya Avataram. The Kurma avatar is the pivot for the divine nature and also for the demonic nature. Gods and demons churned the ocean by keeping the Mandhara mountain on Kurmam. If you see inwards, you can become a yogi like the tortoise which hides its head in the shell. If you look outward, you gather all bad qualities and become a Rakshasa. If you put your head out, someone or other will stab your head. You will die. If you do not want to die, you have to look inward. You have to practice yoga. You have to get liberated from the bond of karma. Victory to Sripada Srivallabha, Sripada Rajam Sharanam Prapadhye.